To check up on the news now with Issue Today and our Friday reporter, Angela Chung. Good morning.
Good morning, Sinyan.
TGIF.
Yes, Friday.
It's Friday, yay. Well, we are on the second day of a brand new month, and there were some changes, of course, starting yesterday, mostly for vaccinated people that, good news, they can take their masks off outdoors, but not always the case, right? There are a couple of conditions.
You're right. It's a conditional yes. So people who've received COVID-19 vaccine shots, including those who have completed the first dose only, will not have to wear face mask outdoors starting from yesterday. But the Central Accident Compensation Headquarters requires they wear a face mask when they're not able to keep they have to wear masks when they're not able to keep 2 meters apart from others outdoors, considering the gravity of the current situation.
Exactly. I think we talked about how if you had received even your first shot, you might be able to take off your mask when you're walking outside or maybe going for a hike as well. So that is still true, right?
Right. If you're in an amusement park or recreational park, they cannot be considered parks because they are crowded with people. So if you're in a very small park or go hiking in large groups, you definitely have to wear a mask. And even when you're outdoors, if you're participating in rallies, performances, events, and so on, you have to wear a mask regardless of whether you've been vaccinated or not. So simply put, even if you're outdoors, if the place is crowded like a sports stadium or concert halls, you must wear a face mask. But like you said, if you're just going for a hike and there's not many people around you can't take off your mask.
Right. Of course, hiking trails, even on the weekends, tend to be quite crowded. So the rule is if you are able to maintain that social distance of 2 meters, then maybe you can take your mask off. But if any place is slightly crowded and there are lots of people around, keep that mask on. And you'll want to do it anyways because we are seeing a really alarming surge in the number of new COVID-19 cases. Yesterday, mid 700s, just in the capital alone, the number reached mid 300s. I think today we're expecting it to reach 800 as well.
Right. The government is looking at the possibility of raising the social distancing level in case the current situation gets worse. But for now, it's vital we comply with the new rules and make sure we wear a mask when there are many people around us.
Absolutely. Let's move on to our second story. We are going to get an update on the efforts to sign a travel bubble with other countries and regions where they have the COVID-19 situation under control. So give us the latest update.
Sure. Quarantine-free group travels to Saipan will be allowed for people who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 from as early as next month. The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport held a signing ceremony for the travel bubble enforcement agreement with Saipan yesterday. A travel bubble system is to allow quarantine-free travel among the countries with reliable disinfection measures. This agreement with Saipan is South Korea's first travel bubble agreement made with a country with well-established disinfection measures.
So Saipan is the first, hopefully not the last country to sign a travel bubble with Korea. Now, I'm sure this is good news for lots of people who have been trying to get out of the country and travel, of course. It's been a while. But there will be, of course, a lot of checkpoints or caution that people will have to take. Let's first cover who are eligible to travel once again.
So the bilateral agreement stipulates that travelers from both countries must be nationals of the two countries or their foreign family members and must spend 2 weeks after receiving 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccines that are approved by the country's health authorities. The two countries have the same list of COVID-19 vaccines that they approve, and they are Pfizer, Moderna, Janssen, and AstraZeneca. And eligible travelers must carry with them a paper or electronic certificate of vaccination issued by health authorities of their home country and a letter of confirmation that proves you tested negative from the COVID-19 test done within 72 hours before departure.
Okay, so once again, if you're fully vaccinated, 2 weeks have passed since the last shot or your second shot, and you want to travel to Saipan, you are eligible. After you arrive, no quarantine, right? What's kind of the rules when you arrive in Saipan?
So after you arrive at a local airport, you must take COVID-19 test on the arrival date and wait at a designated hotel room before they confirm you're negative. Once you test negative, you can begin your journey then. But as we mentioned earlier, only group trips will be allowed, not individual trips. This is because group trips organized by travel agencies will only be allowed to ensure safety in disinfection while traveling. These travel agencies must make sure they're capable of implementing disinfection measures and protecting and managing all travelers during traveling from departure to return home. And one more thing, if you get infected and test positive while traveling, you'll be sent to a dedicated quarantine facility immediately and be treated at a local treatment facility.
All right, let's move on to our last story for today. We had some sudden and very strong showers throughout this week, especially on Wednesday, I think. And it's the beginning, of course, of the monsoon this weekend. Very late, but apparently coming with a vengeance.
Right. In most regions of the country, we'll have the first monsoon rain this weekend. For the middle part of the country, this year's first monsoon rain is coming the latest in 34 years, but this late monsoon is forecast to be very strong. There will be lots of rain across the country simultaneously, so we need to get ourselves prepared for this very well.
Right. I think all of the country, like you said, is going to be affected, so we really need to be prepared for this. But where are we going to be seeing the first monsoon rains?
The KMA forecasts this year's first monsoon rain will begin in Jeju Island in the morning of July 3rd, which is tomorrow, as the stationary fronts located in East Sea go upwards steadily and low pressure approaches from the west. The rain and clouds will become much stronger between late night of tomorrow and the morning of Sunday on July 4th due to cold, dry air coming in around the fronts together with low pressure.
Right. So it's starting in Jeju, but apparently it's going to be spreading nationwide very, very quickly this weekend. What areas are going to be the most affected, and how much rain can they expect?
The middle part of the country, Jeollado, southern coastal region, adjoining areas of Mountain Chiri and Jeju Island will have 50 to 100 millimeters of rain, and even some areas of 150 millimeters for many regions, along with thunder, lightning, and gusts. The rest of the areas will have 30 to 80 millimeters of rain, and the KMA has asked to be extra careful out of concern. Rain can rise exponentially to floods, causing damage to frequently affected areas such as small rivers in urban areas, underpasses, water pipeline, water supply or sewage, mountainous areas, and valleys.
All right, so we have to be on the guard against these strong monsoon rains this Sunday or the weekend. Hopefully, though, when we are heading to work on Monday, it'll be a little bit better, maybe even clear.
Yes, we'll have clear skies as you wish for the most of the regions, except for Jeju Island and southern coastal regions on Monday morning.
Great news indeed. Some nice weather makes every Monday a little better.
Yes.
Have a great weekend, Angela. Thank you very much, and we will see you on Monday.
Yes, stay dry.
Thank you.